Hello, my name is Sebbi, and welcome back to the coffee break in Minecraft. Today is Wednesday, April 20th, 2016, and out there is still this poor little sheep that is probably the sole survivor of the rare species of the mountain sheep, and that's really a sad story. I think all of his companions have already committed suicide by falling off the edge of my mountain, and so it's only this poor guy who is left over, and I really like to preserve the rare species of mountain sheep, but I have no idea how I can do this. I mean, as far as I know, sheep don't lay eggs, and so I have no idea how I can bring a second sheep up on the top of my mountain so that I can start to breed those guys and preserve the rare population of the mountain sheep. Yeah, I know guy, it's really a sad story. So if you do have an idea how we can rescue and how we can preserve the rare species of mountain sheep, then let me know. I really like to preserve those guys, and it's really a sad story that they are about to die out, and I think we should definitely do something about it. But yeah. A short update on the DX story situation. So, over the course of the last days, I recorded all my videos using DX story, and it's really a fantastic recording tool. I really like the fact that I can record several audio channels at once, so I don't have to... Ooh, there's a skeleton. I need my shield, I need my sword. Okay, hello. Yeah, indeed. I'm prepared. Take this. Okay. Ow. Take this. Ah, now he's on fire. Aha, we have defeated that guy. Alright. Are there some more evil guys, or are we safe for now? Hey Pig, do you have an idea how we can get a second sheep up on the top of the mountain? No? Don't think so. Alright. This pig isn't helpful at all. So, yeah, I really like that I can record several audio channels at once, so I don't have to start recording with Audacity, then start recording with Fraps. No, I just have to press one single button and I start the whole recording process, and this really streamlines the recording process, and it also streamlines the editing process, as I don't have to synchronize the voice track with the video itself, and that's pretty amazing. Yeah, so in general it's working really good. Unfortunately, Dirt Rally is still causing some issues, as here on the one hand there is still this strange clicking sound when I record my voice, and this clicking noise was already there as I recorded my voice using Audacity, and one idea is that it's caused by my USB microphone, because other YouTubers who have the exact same microphone have the same issues. So yeah, this really suggests the problem, or I think the problem could be that it's the microphone, or that's because it's going over the USB port or so. I haven't had the time to do a test recording with my headset microphone to really find out if this would then solve the problem. But well, even if this would solve the problem, I still like the quality of my USB microphone, and so I don't like to switch to a different microphone just for recording Dirt Rally. And yeah, so this is really a problematic thing. And so I think I have to go back to the... I would need, from my idea to become reality, I would need to remove another layer. Do I have enough space to do so? Or, well, space, sure, but will I look through the wall when I do this, or can I really do this? Let me see. Okay, so far it's looking good. Alright, so this side is good. What about this side? I need to remove 2 blocks on this side. Can I do this? Okay. Yeah, so I think I have to go back, and well, I recorded the... Okay. here it's not working. That said, I recorded today's episode of Dirt Rally with DX Stories, so there is still this problem. But well, as I said, for future episodes of Dirt Rally, I will go back to my previous recording setup in order to make sure that we have good quality, which is really important. And I hope, yeah, that this is all right. I'm a little bit sad because I would really like to have the story also for Dirt Rally, but apparently this is currently not possible, and so I have to do it with the old recording setup. But I think this is still okay, as long as I do have it only to do for, or as at least what, as long as I do only have to do this for Dirt Rally and not for all the other games. And yeah, all right, so much about this. I think this is good. I hope it's good. It will take some time to get really everything done I like to do here. Okay, like, no. Oh yeah, this was good. Okay, it's a little bit confusing right now. Okay, I think I need to remove this layer completely. Then I can start over again. What else? I think that's all from my side. So no strange things happened in my life. At least not during the last few days. No issues with ordering a third of a bread or so. No, everything is fine so far. Everything is good. But yeah, in the last episode, I answered Nexus' question what my field of research is, and yeah, revealed that I research computer games, or to be more specific, that I research how computer games can be used or could be used to well, educate players in a certain knowledge or so. And he wrote a lengthy comment, or he came up with some interesting thoughts I really like to address. And I think it's it would be nice if I would do this here in the coffee break instead of just in the comment section. And yeah, so one thing he raised, or one idea he raised, is that failures are also a very important thing of the learning process, and that you can learn a lot from your failures. Yeah, that's true. And in general, the whole thing of learning with computer games is already quite well researched. So there have been a lot of studies that did some tests with computer games, and one of my favorite studies is from a surgeon. Well, they do this laparoscopic surgery. This is when you have those little cameras and little tools, and you basically do the surgery using some computer screens, and you have those cameras inside. Well, I don't have really an idea how all those things work. I'm not a surgeon, so yeah, they do their surgery with their cameras, and that's really a cool thing. And because they control their surgery tools, or well, they do this using some joysticks, and they just look at the screens, and so it's a little bit similar to playing a computer game. And so our surgeon did a test with surgeons who had computer game experience or who had no computer game experience, and he tested if surgeons with computer game experience perform better at this special type of surgery than surgeons without this how do I know this is bad? How do I do this at best? I think this is all wrong. I don't have a Silk Touch pickaxe, that's sad, so I just have to break the glass. So yeah, they did some tests, and computer game players perform better at this method, and that's really cool. And yeah, even with the idea that you can learn with failures, there were also a lot of tests, and that you have to, when you develop a learning game, you have to come up with some good ways to provide some feedback, or that the users get some good debriefing also after they finish playing, so that they can learn from their failures and how they can improve and so on. So that's already well researched. And well, as I said, my favorite study is the one of the surgeon, because, well, this shows really that there are also real world applications for computer game skills, and that's really cool. And yeah, and along those lines, they also tested if what about failures, and that failures are really helpful, because then learners can come up with different strategies how to approach a problem, and to find other solutions, how to solve problems. And so yeah, failures are important. And so this is unfortunately nothing new. So the next thing you raised, if you know the game mechanics and what you can do with those game mechanics, then you can really start to practice the skills needed. And so that's true. But in my case, or in my field of research, it's not so much about how the player exactly does play this thing, and how the how the player is playing. It's more about finding a way how you can get the knowledge into the game. For instance, Kerbal Space Program, when you have the ideal rocket equation, you never really see the ideal rocket equation in the game, as well, at least not if you don't use mods or so. If you just play the vanilla game, then you don't really see it, but it's implemented in the game, and it's encoded in the game mechanics. And yeah, in this case, it's more about finding a good way how you can encode the knowledge in game mechanics, and that's really the important thing. And so once the player then plays the game, he of course has to use the game mechanics, and by doing so, the player also trains his knowledge due to repetition that is encoded in those game mechanics. And but yeah, in general, you're right. The player, by using, or by playing and executing those game mechanics, is practicing the knowledge, and that's all what is important and what's all about by in my research. And dang it. Okay. Okay, then I think I will just close off this wall at some point. All right, now I need to do the same thing over here. Okay, yeah, so much about those game mechanics, and the last thing was the flow part. And yeah, you described a very good example. Nexus provided the example that he experienced flow while he was playing Kerbal Space Program, and he completely forgot everything around, and he was totally immersed in the gameplay. And yeah, this is indeed a great example. This is indeed a great example for flow, and those are great examples for having some issues building something awesome. Well, I'm not quite sure if this is that awesome, but well, this is a good example for having some issues. I will close this off here so I can open it here. All right. But well, dang it, this flow does not only apply to computer games. All right, give me that dirt back. Dang it. It applies to everything else. So any activity can cause flow. And for instance, I really enjoy running, for instance. And running is a great activity for flow because you have a clear challenge. You want to run, of course, and you want to cover a certain distance, or you want to beat a certain time or so. So you have a clear goal. Then you get constant feedback because you really see, okay, I complete, or I'm now this far. I reached this point in my of my running track. And okay, this is not really what I intended to see. Well, it's a little bit what I like to see, but it's not completely what I... Oh dear, don't fall down there. I think I need to add another one there. No, I think I can remove this one. Am I right? Okay, now it does not spread anymore. This is good. Okay, I need some new lever. So time to get to my to my cave. And running is a really great example for flow, as well, you have a clear goal, you get constant feedback, and depending on your running skills, you can always run at the edge of your skill level, basically. So in this case, it's really a great activity where you can get into the state of flow, and but it applies to any other activity. So reading can be a good flow activity, dancing. Well, you can get lost in everything, and that's really cool. And so much about this. I hope this is a good reply to your comment, and I hope it was also a little bit interesting for you, because I added some additional insights into the whole part of my research and my career, basically. And as usual, if you would like to know more, just leave a question, and I will try my very best to answer this, or to discuss the topic a little bit more in detail. And I think over the time, or over the course of all the upcoming coffee break episodes, I will of course all the time come back to certain elements of this field of research and talk more about learning by gaming. But if you do have a question, then it's always great to have them here and have them discussed in the coffee break, because on the one hand, you might learn more about good things computer games can do and can cause, and on the other hand, it gives me the opportunity, of course, to really explain those things. And by explaining things, you really learn a lot more about those things, because you really have to understand them so that you can explain them. And so much about this. Moving on. Question time. Once again, question time. We still have some good questions from Weekend Game, and his next and 8th question is... Oh dear, it's a long question, so let me make sure that I'm not falling to my doom before I start reading this question. The 8th question: you mentioned you like aviation. Have you ever tried flying model radio-controlled airplanes? Are those even popular in Germany? Yes. I'm not quite sure about their popularity right now, because it's really a long time since I did this. During my childhood, we tried to get into flying model planes. And well, the most successful flights were with paper planes, of course, where I just used a piece of paper and folded a plane, and then I just let it fly. Or those slingshot planes, where you have the slingshot, and then you have the small little model plane or so. And well, basically it's not... Well, it's a little bit flying because it has some wings, but it's also flying because it's like an arrow or so. But this were the most successful model plane flights I had so far. I also tried an RC plane, and there's really the difficulty that okay, this would be once again a good example for computer games. You need a good probably mental rotation skills so that you can really understand what the plane is doing, because you're not sitting on board of that plane, and so you don't have this first person perspective. You just see it from the, well, from below, and you have to really think, okay, when I now turn to the left, or when I do this or that, then this plane will do this maneuver or so. And this was really the main problem. And after this thing, because, well, my mental rotation skills and in general the whole understanding of those RC planes were not fully developed, so the thing had some intense contacts with the surface, let's call it this way. And this really resulted in the fact that at some point, well, it was interesting, it was an interesting experiment, but let's move on to a different project. And so, yeah, I have some experience with them, but not a lot. And well, I think they are still popular here in Germany. I'm quite sure there are also some RC model airfields or so where you can fly them around and so. And I remember that I think it was in, I'm not quite sure, in Baden-Württemberg, that the southwestern region of Germany, I think there, it's really a long time, so we're talking about more than 20 years or so ago. I saw a lot of, well, there are some hills and some slopes and so, and I think there they did a lot of flights with their gliding RC models. This was really cool. But I was just standing around and enjoyed this and enjoyed watching them. So yeah, but in terms of RC models, I was really into RC cars, and at some point even into RC boats. So this was really cool. Having a boat, well, sailing around and exploring a lake or so. This was really cool, and I think, well, it was of course before GoPro cameras and so on, but it would be really cool now to have a RC ship or boat or so, and then install a GoPro camera below it so that you can see what is below that ship, and you can do some science mission basically. This would be really cool. And of course they even now start to build some submarines so that you can go diving with your GoPro camera, and I think this is really a cool idea and a cool thing. So yeah, so much about those RC models. But yeah, I'm not so much into those planes due to the fact that they are pretty fragile when they make contact with the surface in an unintended way or so. So everything that is just moving in a, well, more two-dimensional way is a little bit safer in this case, as there is no gravity involved. And yeah, so much about this, and suddenly we are at the end of this episode, and I still have now this, no, I do have this problem. I don't think that I can reclaim that thing, or can I? Wait, I need to do something. Wait, let's use dirt. No, I like to have cobblestone for now. I do have a certain idea, but I'm not quite sure if this will work out as intended, so I need some cobblestone. And if I place this cobblestone here, then I should be able to safely remove this one, which will now burn up or not. Oh dear, okay, it burned up. Ooh, it was close. And now I think I can do this. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, 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 no. Okay, okay. Yes. Okay, I think this is getting a little bit out of hand. Where do I need to add this thing? I think I need to add it I added 3 blocks so far. So here. It needs to be added there, I guess. Yes. 1, 2, 3. No, what? Now I have 3. Now the next one needs to be... Oh, I already added 4. Okay, this is good. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the next one has to be there. So there. Then the last one here. Alright, this is good. And I think this could be really a killer entrance if both sides have those lever walls. And then you get into that mountain and you see lever and you can walk through this lever wall, and then you get to the elevator and you can decide which way you like to go. I think that's really a cool project. And yeah, alright, now we are at the end of this episode. I hope you have enjoyed it, and I hope you will be, of course, joining me in the next episode. And yeah, I'm looking forward to your questions. If you do have 1 or 2 or 3, well, just ask them. And then, yeah, I hope I will see you again in the next episode. Until then, my name is Sebbi. See you!